into the actual notes. Law and regulation governing psychology and counseling in Zambia, PhD, psychology and counseling, pre-reading and post-lecture references by Dr. William Sakala. Why this matters for your practice? As a psychologist or counselor in Zambia, you are not only a clinician, you are a legal actor. The law defines who can practice, what you must do, what you cannot do, and where the law is silent. Identity. Who may call themselves a psychologist or counselor? Duties. What you must do, e.g., report child abuse. So identity, we are talking about a person who can call, or someone who can call themselves a psychologist or a counselor. That is the identity. And the duties, what you must do. For example, offering counseling or reporting child abuse. Prohibitions, what you cannot do. What you cannot do, e.g., practice unregistered. You cannot practice without a license. You must always remember that this profession has got a board where you have to register and also be given a license for you to practice in Zambia. If you are found practicing counseling in Zambia without a license, you automatically, that is a criminal offense. Gaps. The gaps, these are what the law is silent about, e.g., duty to warn. Okay, where the law is silent, for example, duty to warn, those are gaps. You've got no duty to warn. If it happens, it happens. No one can say because I was not warned for this. Ignorance of law is not defense. A complainant to the Health Professional Council, a complaint to the Health Professional Council of Zambia, HPCZ, can end your career. Ignorance is not defense. So any complaint to HPCZ can end your career in a very short time. Legal heritage. What overrides what? Zambian law is not a flat system. Some laws are more powerful than others. Lower levels rule cannot contradict higher level laws. This is the way it is. So level 1, we have got the highest, which is the Constitution of Zambia. Article 113, right to health. And then level 2, we've got Acts of Parliament, psychologists, Acts number 19 of 2010. And level 3, we've got registration and rules. This is where HPCZ codes of conduct is found. And number 4, we've got the lowest, which is professional guidelines, ZPA ethical codes. So this is how it lines up, and then you can find all these acts by yourself so that you get more information and you understand what it really means. Key rule. HPCZ cannot create a duty that Parliament has not authorized. Every regulation must trace the authority upward to an act and ultimately to the Constitution. Article 113 of the Constitution guarantees the right to health, the foundational legal basis for all health profession and profession regulation in Zambia. The primary statutes, Psychologists Act number 19 of 2010. This is the most important law for your practice. Memorize its existence, if not its sections. Provision, the provision of it that creates HPCZ. What creates HPCZ? Definition, defines psychologist and counselor. Requires regulation before practice, which is very, very important. Establishing disciplinary procedures, sets penalties for unregistered practices. Section 20, prohibition of unregistered practice. No person shall practice as psychologist or counselor unless registered under the Act. The regulator, Health Professional Council of Zambia, HPCZ. What is HPCZ does? Or what HPCZ does? Number one, it grants renews professional licenses, credits training programs, investigates complaints, conducts disciplinary hearings, and imposes sanctions. Registration. Submit qualification to HPCZ. Complete supervised internship if required. Pass HPCZ registration exam if required. Pay annual fees and renew with CPD points. Important limitations. HPCZ is a multi-professional council. Psychology does not have its own dedicated regulator. Proceedings time is 6 to 18 months reported. Sometimes this is a long time for them to respond, but it happens. Registration process. So this is, we submit qualifications to HPCZ, complete supervised internship. If it is required, pass HPCZ registration exam if it is required, and then pay annual fees and renew with CPD points. So important limitation, HPCZ is a multi-professional council. Psychology does not have its own dedicated regulator. Processing, sometimes it may take 6 to 18 months, depends. Confidentiality, the legal rule and expectations. The general rule, you must keep silent information confidential. This duty arises from the HPCZ Code of Conduct and the common law duty inherent in the profession relationship. Clinical limitation, no statutory privilege. Unlike the US or UK, Zambian law does not give psychologists special protection from court orders. A court can compel you to disclose client records. So even if there is confidentiality, which is one of your obligation as a counselor, which is in the code of conduct, when the matter reaches the court, you definitely be required to explain the way things were. These are legal mandates, not ethical options. You cannot honor a client's request for confidentiality when child abuse or GBV is disclosed, because in such cases, definitely you asked to go and report the matter.